body chasing the truth.
I'm going to do a reaction video to Katt Williams talking to Shannon Sharpe about Ice Cube in the movie Friday.
I've talked to Cube, and a lot of people say Cube doesn't pay. What's your relationship with Cube, and what did that opportunity mean for you?
Well, the ungrateful bastards that would say anything about Cube's payment, you shouldn't even talk to them anymore. Like, you don't go to Goodwill, you don't go to a Goodwill thrift store and go, look at all this cheap ass shit. Why don't you shut up? Why don't you shut up? You could have went to Hermes. Why you didn't go to Balenciaga? Why you didn't get a bowl of the Balmain? You want to have that conversation? Right. What you mean the independent black dude who's filming it partly out of his fucking pocket? What you mean he didn't pay you enough? They weirdos. Weirdos. That felt like they earned the opportunity.
I mean, he's right. So you agree before you film what you're going to get paid. So if you didn't like what you were going to get paid, then why did you work for Ice Cube? That doesn't make any sense. And that's why Katt Williams is hated, because all he does is tell the truth and make perfect. It's too much common sense and facts and truth for a lot of people to handle.
Opportunity because they were big. No, yeah. I understood.
That ain't no $200 million movie. Well, I mean, how much did you expect you was going to make?
Well, I made enough to get them teeth fixed just like you did.
Yeah.
So it was no harm, no foul. I knew that I was going to go from there, and there was no
turning back for Katt Williams.
Well, here's the thing. I wrote it. What I'm saying if I did it and I did a good job at it, you can thank me. I was involved.
Right.
I'm not gonna come later on and tell you I never even read the whole script. So how you know what roles? What? What do you mean you never read the? like these guys' whole job is to present something, unfortunately, and I'm just not a presenter. If you ask me a question, I'm just going to tell you the truth of how it went.
Would you be willing to do another Friday?
Cube already asked me to write it. I was supposed to have been writing it. This is what these guys are mad about. Like, we lost some great people before this movie could come out regardless.
Right.
And so, yes, there desperately needs to be one. But we miss John Witherspoon in a way that can't really be quantified,
right,
if I'm being honest with you. And the Chris Tucker that we got now is Epstein Island Chris Tucker, not Smokey.
Oh, Lord.
If I didn't know no better, I'd tell you he's the greatest. I don't care what you say. To be confident and not delusional is a real skill.
Yes, sir, it is.
Most of these confident people we see is really delusional.
Well, you don't think they asked Chris Tucker to come back in the second Friday? Smokey was all in Smokey. There ain't no Friday without Smokey.
We all agree to that, and there's no next Friday without Friday, and there's no Friday after next without
Nah,
Friday.
we talking about the role because you said that they don't.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Chris was allowed to make the decision. At the time that this is happening, Katt Williams is known for smoking weed. Willie Nelson is known for smoking weed.
Right.
Snoop's known for smoking weed, but none of us is really known except Willie. And I'm saying, Chris Tucker didn't want to be the poster child for smoking weed. He don't smoke weed like that.
Right.
He in the church. He Michael Jackson's best friend. Christmas. Michael Jackson called him Christmas. You ever met a man that gave you a little nickname like that?
No.
Me neither.
Come here, Twinkle Toes.
Must be the greatest.
Man, I ain't gonna be able to get nobody back. I ain't gonna be able to get no more comedians.
They all coming.
No, they ain't.
Are you kidding?
Nah.
Hey, I promise
Good thing
you.
I done got all the rest of them. I done got the ones.
I promise you, everybody trying to double back. You're gonna be having to beat them off with a stick. You won't let him. They're coming. Much as The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Katt Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
right,
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is
I watched a stand-up show with Katt Williams. I don't remember the name exactly what it was called. I cannot lie. It was the funniest thing I've ever watched in my entire life. I don't think I've ever laughed harder in my entire life than the show that he did.
Trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Katt Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm gonna be funnier than you. What he told everybody was, Katt Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Damn, he flexed on him, huh? He showed him. Oh, man. Oh, talk about taking an L, huh?
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar.
Come on, Shannon.
Nobody
You
knows
know why? Because people just
Terry
lie.
Crews also said that you guys had a lot of conversation, that this was your opportunity and you needed to seize this moment.
Terry had the benefit of having been in some very high-profile situations already and took L's. Mm-hmm. Like, he had been in the league, you know what I mean? He had done pro wrestling. He had done a lot of things. He had been televised and some things that hadn't worked.
Right.
And this was just fortuitous for him. And now you know what nobody has ever said in the whole industry in 20 years about, you know, the whole Money Mike not getting raped in the bathroom.
Right.
So I understood going in that there's no reason. I lost for a 5-year period, every single movie that Kevin Hart did was a movie that had been on my desk, that all I had said was, just, can we take some of this step and fetch it shit out? And then I can do it. Like, it don't need to be overtly homosexual, because I'm not homosexual, right?
Between him not going for that and between him telling the truth, the work will always be funneled to somebody else. Yeah, it's just, that's how it works. He won't go, Katt will not go along with the narratives, right? He stands his ground. He stands up for who he is. All he's doing is telling the truth. I got people that do this to me all the time. They just want to just make up straight lies, like just lie, just blatantly lie. And and then other people want me to have some type of emotional response about it or be all emotional and act dramatic. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm not gonna be dramatic because somebody's just making a blatant lie, and that's what they do to Katt Williams. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
It doesn't need that to be funny, right? And me saying that and them going, oh yeah, no problem, and then going to give it to this other guy and having him do it just like it was, and acting like I'm a bad person because I keep standing on my standard. But yeah, it's interesting, but I wouldn't change it for the world.
I've had Cube.
I really get what Katt Williams is saying. I mean, I'm the same way. I tell the truth. People don't like it. It's too bad. And then you have people that completely just make up stories about me, and then they want me to have a dramatic response to their made up stories, and I could care less. You can make up all the stories you want. So I really understand what Katt Williams is saying there, but I mean, he better be careful because in 2024, the powers that be, whatever establishment it is, that nobody likes to hear the truth. It's like they hate the truth. They hate it. People hate hearing the truth. Welcome to 2024. And I just want to say, Shannon Sharpe, Club Shay Shay, first of all, I love the setup. The furniture, the fireplace in the background, his jersey's up on the wall, the whole setup. He seems so much more comfortable interviewing his guests than when he was on ESPN. I know at ESPN, you got writers writing things. You got to work with people that you don't want to work with. Excuse me. But Club Shay Shay, this is Shannon Sharpe's best work. This is the best work he's ever done since the NFL, as far as media goes. Great show. I love watching it, and I especially love the setup of the entire show.